You wake up, ready to start the day right. You measure out your hearty oats. Maybe add a splash of milk, a few berries, feeling virtuous, like you're truly nourishing your body. After all, oatmeal is hailed as a superfood. Right. It's meant to lower cholesterol, keep your heart healthy, and give you sustained energy. But what if I told you that the very additions you're putting into your seemingly innocent bowl of goodness could actually be turning it into something far less beneficial, even potentially harmful to your health? It's a painful truth, isn't it? To discover that a meal you rely on for wellness might be working against you, many of us. Especially as we get a little older. Strive to eat better, to make choices that support our vitality and energy. We listen to the experts. We read the labels. We truly try. Yet, some common kitchen staples, when paired with your morning oatmeal, can silently sabotage its incredible health benefits, making it less nutritious, harder to digest, or even sparking inflammation in your body. It's not about oatmeal itself being bad. Not at all. It's about understanding the surprising interactions that happen right there in your breakfast bowl. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 everyday foods that, when mixed with your beloved oatmeal, can unwittingly turn it from a health champion into a silent saboteur. These aren't obscure ingredients. They're likely sitting in your pantry or fridge right now. Stay with me until the very end, because I promise you, there's one revelation that will truly surprise you, and it could change how you approach your breakfast forever. So, let's dive right into the first common culprit that can strip your oatmeal of its power: excessive added sugars. Now, I know what you're thinking. A little sweetness never hurt anyone. Right. We've grown up with the idea of a spoonful of sugar making the medicine go down. Or in this case, making a plain bowl of oats more palatable. But for many of us over 60, our bodies process sugar very differently than they did in our younger years. When you pile in spoonfuls of white sugar, brown sugar, high fructose corn syrup, or even seemingly healthier options like too much maple syrup or honey, you're creating a blood sugar roller coaster. Imagine this: you eat your oatmeal with a generous helping of sugar. Your blood sugar spikes quickly, giving you that temporary rush, but then it crashes just as fast, leaving you feeling tired, irritable, and even craving more sugar. This constant up and down isn't just about energy levels. It puts a tremendous strain on your pancreas, which works overtime to produce insulin. Over time, this can increase your risk of insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, and even contribute to chronic inflammation, which is at the root of so many age-related health issues, from joint pain to cognitive decline. Think about those dried fruits you often add: cranberries, raisins, dates. While they offer some fiber and nutrients, many commercially dried fruits are packed with added sugars, and even naturally dried ones become concentrated sugar bombs. A small handful can contain the sugar equivalent of several spoonfuls of white sugar. Instead of reaching for that sugary temptation, consider natural sweetness from fresh or frozen berries. Blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries are fantastic because they offer natural sweetness, along with a wealth of antioxidants and fiber, which actually helps to slow down sugar absorption, preventing those dramatic spikes. A sprinkle of cinnamon can also add a delightful warmth and sweetness without any added sugar, and it's even been shown to help with blood sugar control. So, the simple actionable step here is to drastically reduce or eliminate added sugars. If you must have sweetness, choose a small amount of whole, unprocessed fruit, or a tiny drizzle of pure maple syrup or honey, mindful of the portion. Your body and your blood sugar will thank you. Now, moving on to the second common addition that might not be serving your oatmeal, especially as we age: processed dairy milk. For years, we've been told that milk is essential for strong bones, and in many ways, it is. But the type of milk and how our bodies handle it changes over time. As we get older, A significant number of people develop some degree of lactose intolerance. This means your body produces less of the enzyme lactase, which is needed to break down the sugar in milk. Lactose. When you consume lactose and your body can't digest it properly, it can lead to bloating, gas, stomach cramps, and general digestive discomfort. Imagine starting your day feeling sluggish and gassy because of your breakfast. Beyond lactose intolerance, for some, dairy can also be inflammatory. Processed dairy, like pasteurized and homogenized milk, can contain hormones and antibiotics, and for sensitive individuals. The proteins in milk can trigger an inflammatory response in the gut, contributing to conditions like irritable bowel syndrome or exacerbating existing autoimmune issues. If you're regularly feeling bloated, experiencing skin issues, or have unexplained aches and pains, your daily glass of milk with your oatmeal could be a contributing factor. The good news is, there are so many wonderful alternatives now. Unsweetened almond milk. Oat milk, which is wonderfully creamy with oatmeal. Just check for added sugars. Or even unsweetened soy milk can provide a smooth base for your oats without the potential digestive distress. You can still get your calcium from other sources like leafy greens, fortified plant milks, or supplements if needed. The key is to listen to your body. If dairy makes you feel less than your best, it's worth experimenting with plant-based alternatives. Just make sure they are unsweetened and don't contain a lot of unnecessary additives. And that brings us smoothly to our third surprising saboteur, artificial sweeteners. Many of us, in an effort to cut down on sugar, turn to these zero-calorie alternatives like sucralose, aspartame, or saccharin. They seem like a smart swap, offering sweetness without the blood sugar spike. However, the science around artificial sweeteners, especially for long-term use, is becoming increasingly concerning, particularly for our gut health. Your gut is often called your second brain, and for good reason. It's home to trillions of bacteria, your gut microbiome, that play a crucial role in everything from digestion and nutrient absorption to immune function and even mood. Studies are now suggesting that artificial sweeteners can negatively impact this delicate balance of gut bacteria, potentially altering your metabolism and even leading to sugar cravings. Despite being sugar-free themselves, imagine trying to support your gut health with fiber-rich oatmeal, only to introduce something that might disrupt the very ecosystem you're trying to nourish. Some research even indicates that artificial sweeteners might trick your body into expecting calories that never arrive, leading to metabolic confusion and potentially contributing to weight gain over time, rather than the weight loss they're often marketed for. It's a classic case of what seems good on the surface having hidden drawbacks. Instead of artificial sweeteners, embrace the natural flavors of whole foods. As mentioned earlier, fresh berries are wonderful. You could also try a dash of pure vanilla extract, a pinch of nutmeg, or even a tiny amount of natural, unsweetened applesauce for a hint of sweetness and moisture. The goal is to retrain your taste buds to appreciate less intense sweetness, allowing the natural flavors of the oats and any whole fruit you add to truly shine through. It's a journey, but a very worthwhile one for your long-term health. Now that we've discussed how excessive sugars, processed dairy, and artificial sweeteners can undermine your healthy oatmeal, let's explore more unexpected combinations that might be hindering your health journey. Continuing our journey to optimize your breakfast, let's talk about something many of us do almost automatically in the morning, pairing our oatmeal with a hot cup of coffee or black tea. While both coffee and black tea offer their own health benefits, enjoying them at the exact same time as your oatmeal, or immediately after, might be subtly undermining one of oatmeal's key advantages, its iron content. Oatmeal is a decent source of non-heme iron, which is the type of iron found in plant-based foods. Iron is vital for energy, for carrying oxygen in your blood, and for preventing fatigue, especially as we get older. However, coffee and black tea contain compounds called tannins and polyphenols. These compounds, while beneficial in other ways, can act as iron inhibitors, meaning they can bind to the iron in your oatmeal and make it much harder for your body to absorb. Imagine preparing a nutritious meal, full of vital minerals, only for your morning beverage to significantly reduce your body's ability to use those minerals. It's like putting premium fuel in your car, but then inadvertently adding something that makes the engine less efficient at burning it. For individuals who are already borderline anemic or concerned about iron intake, this seemingly harmless habit could be exacerbating the issue. The simple solution isn't to give up your morning brew, but to simply adjust the timing. Try to enjoy your coffee or tea at least 30 minutes to an hour before or after your oatmeal. This allows your body to absorb more of that valuable iron from your breakfast without interference. Another tip, especially if you're focusing on iron absorption, is to pair your oatmeal with a source of vitamin C, like berries or a small glass of orange juice again. Mindful of sugar content, as vitamin C significantly enhances non-Hem iron absorption. It's a small change in your routine that can make a big difference in how much goodness you actually get from your breakfast. Next up on our list of surprising oatmeal additions to reconsider are sweetened yogurts and many prepackaged plant-based milks. Just like with straight added sugar, these items often sneak in a shocking amount of sweetness and other questionable ingredients. You might think you're adding protein and probiotics with that fruit on the bottom yogurt, or making a healthy switch with an almond milk latte. But many of these products are sugar bombs in disguise. Flip over the container and look at the added sugars line on the nutrition label. You might be surprised to find more sugar than you'd ever consider adding yourself. These sugars contribute to the same blood sugar spikes and crashes we discussed earlier, undermining the slow-release energy benefits of oatmeal. Beyond sugar, many prepackaged plant milks and yogurts also contain thickeners, gums, and artificial flavors that can be hard on a sensitive digestive system. As we age, our digestive tracts can become a bit more delicate, and these additives can sometimes contribute to bloating, gas, or general digestive discomfort. Imagine trying to give your gut a gentle, fibrous start to the day with oatmeal, only to introduce ingredients that could irritate it. The actionable step here is to become a label-reading detective. Always opt for plain, unsweetened yogurt. Greek yogurt is fantastic for protein, and plain, unsweetened plant milks. If you want flavor, add your own fresh fruit, a touch of vanilla extract, or a sprinkle of cinnamon. This way, you're in complete control of what goes into your body, avoiding hidden sugars and unnecessary additives that do more harm than good. It's about making truly informed choices, not just going by what the marketing on the front of the package tells you. Now that we've talked about beverages and hidden sugars in dairy and plant alternatives, let's consider an interesting interaction with high-acid fruits, especially when combined with dairy in your oatmeal. While fruit is generally wonderful for you, think about adding something like a squeeze of lemon juice, orange segments, or even a generous portion of certain tart berries to your oatmeal if you're also using cow's milk. What happens? You might notice the milk starting to curdle slightly. While this isn't inherently dangerous to eat, it can be quite unappetizing. And more importantly, it can be a signal that a minor digestive clash is occurring. For those with particularly sensitive stomachs, or if your digestive enzymes aren't as robust as they once were, mixing highly acidic foods with dairy can lead to increased acidity in the stomach and a slower, more difficult digestion process. You might experience heartburn, indigestion, or just a general feeling of heaviness after your breakfast. It's not about avoiding these fantastic fruits or dairy entirely, but being mindful of how you combine them. If you love a citrusy kick in your oatmeal, consider making it with water or an unsweetened plant-based milk that won't curdle, like almond or oat milk. Or, if you prefer dairy milk, add less acidic fruits like bananas, cooked apples, or peaches. It's about understanding the subtle chemical reactions happening in your bowl and how they might affect your comfort and digestion. Your breakfast should leave you feeling light and energized, not weighed down or uncomfortable. This is a subtle point, but for those who struggle with sensitive digestion, it can be a game changer, turning a potentially uncomfortable breakfast into one that feels good from start to finish. Finally, we arrive at the seventh common addition that can diminish your oatmeal's power highly processed nut butters, or adding excessive amounts of unhealthy fats. Nut butters, like peanut butter or almond butter, are often praised for their healthy fats and protein, and they can be a great addition. But many popular brands on supermarket shelves are far from pure. They often contain added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and unnecessary fillers that can negate the health benefits of the nuts themselves. These added oils, especially hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated ones, are a source of trans fats, which are incredibly detrimental to heart health, raising bad cholesterol and contributing to inflammation. Adding a spoonful of such a product to your healthy oatmeal is like taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Furthermore, while healthy fats are essential, quantity matters, especially as we age and our metabolisms might not be quite as quick. Adding large dollops of pure butter, full-fat coconut milk in excess, or heaps of processed nut butter can turn a calorie-conscious, heart-healthy meal into a calorie-dense one that contributes to weight gain if not balanced with your activity level. Imagine eating your oatmeal for its heart benefits, only to inadvertently introduce fats that can contribute to clogged arteries. The solution is straightforward when choosing nut butters. Always read the label. Look for brands that list only 1 ingredient nuts, maybe a tiny bit of salt. That's it. And be mindful of portion sizes. A tablespoon of a good quality. Natural nut butter provides plenty of healthy fats and protein without overwhelming your meal. If you want more healthy fats, consider a sprinkle of chia seeds, flax seeds, or a few sliced almonds or walnuts, whole, unprocessed. And in moderation, it's about choosing quality over convenience and ensuring that every ingredient in your bowl is truly working for your health. Now that we've uncovered these 7 common food combinations that can surprisingly turn your healthy oatmeal into something less beneficial, let's bring all this valuable information together and empower you to make the best choices for your breakfast and your overall well-being. So, we've journeyed through 7 seemingly innocent additions that, when paired with your wholesome oatmeal, can surprisingly diminish its powerful health benefits. We talked about how excessive added sugars, whether from white sugar, syrups, or even oversweetened dried fruits, can send your blood sugar on a wild ride, contributing to inflammation and fatigue instead of steady energy. Then we explored processed dairy milks, which for many of us over 60 can lead to uncomfortable digestive issues, like bloating and gas, or even trigger inflammatory responses, making us feel sluggish rather than vibrant. We also uncovered the hidden pitfalls of artificial sweeteners, which, despite being calorie-free, can disrupt your precious gut microbiome and potentially confuse your metabolism. We then looked at how simply enjoying your morning coffee or black tea right alongside your oatmeal can actually hinder your body's ability to absorb vital iron, potentially leaving you feeling more tired than you should be. We shone a light on sweetened yogurts and many pre-packaged plant-based milks, revealing how they often hide shocking amounts of sugar and unnecessary additives, turning a healthy base into a sugar-laden dessert. You also learned about the curious case of high-acid fruits when mixed with dairy, which can cause digestive discomfort and make your breakfast less enjoyable. And finally, we discussed how even good ingredients like nut butters can go awry if they're highly processed or used in excessive amounts of unhealthy fats, adding unnecessary sugars and oils that counteract your heart-healthy efforts. It might feel a little overwhelming to consider all these nuances, but please, don't let it discourage you. The beauty of this knowledge is that it empowers you. You're not being told to give up oatmeal. Quite the opposite. You're being given the tools to make your oatmeal even better for you, to truly harness its incredible potential as a cornerstone of a healthy diet. Each of these insights is a gentle reminder that small, conscious adjustments in our daily routines can ripple out into significant improvements in our energy, digestion, mood, and overall vitality. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, but progress. Start by picking just 1 or 2 of these suggestions that resonate most with you. Perhaps you'll try swapping out your sugary dried cranberries for fresh berries. Or perhaps you'll shift your morning coffee time, Maybe you'll explore unsweetened almond milk for a week to see how your digestion feels. Even these tiny changes, when adopted consistently, can lead to profound differences in how you feel day in and day out. Your body is incredibly resilient and responsive, and it will thank you for these thoughtful choices. Imagine waking up feeling lighter, more energetic, and more comfortable after your breakfast. Imagine knowing that every spoonful of oatmeal is truly nourishing your body, supporting your heart, and keeping your energy steady throughout the morning. That's the power of making informed decisions about what you put into your bowl. It's about building a breakfast routine that truly serves your health goals, allowing you to live your best life at every age, with all the energy and clarity you deserve. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you already noticed some of these effects from your oatmeal combinations? Or perhaps you have a favorite healthy oatmeal topping that you swear by? Share your experiences and tips in the comments below. Your insights could genuinely help someone else in our wonderful community. And if you found this video helpful, if it gave you something new to think about, please do give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel reach more people who could benefit from this information. And while you're here, why not subscribe to our channel? We're dedicated to bringing you more practical, encouraging advice to help you navigate your health journey with confidence and joy. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Keep making those wonderful choices. Keep nourishing your body. And always remember to live your best life, vibrant and full of energy. At every age,